Welcome and happy DC Small Business Week. Since 2016, PowerUp DC has been one of our most effective tools for connecting entrepreneurs to the resources you need to start or grow your business.
National Small Business Week. Yes! You're going to get an opportunity to meet some new people, learn some new stuff, consume some new things, take some notes, walk away with some action steps, hear from all kinds of people from across this city, and they're going to drop lots and lots and lots of gems. Is that okay?
We started this more than a decade ago, and my team recognized that health insurance is just one important aspect of what small businesses and nonprofits need. We wanted to create an environment for small businesses and nonprofits in DC to flourish.
We know that our small businesses play a critical role in the district's economy. They represent more than 75,000 small businesses, employing more than 233,000 residents and representing 98% of all businesses in the District of Columbia.
The Bible says in the book of James, basically, you have not because you ask not. So don't walk out of here today with your cup empty. When you were in a restaurant, you could communicate with the people there without saying a word that you want coffee. What did you do? You turned that cup up, right? And so today, make sure your cup is up, that you get information to help you grow your business. One of the biggest things you can do in your career is have a good network of resource partners, and a lot of them are here today.
We're caffeinated, we're motivated, and we're ready to celebrate the powerhouse that is Washington, D.C. small business community. So give yourselves a hand.
Big events coming to D.C. Be ready, get ready. We're here to talk about unlocking opportunities for small business. D.C. is preparing for an unprecedented lineup.
In regards to events coming up in these next few years, whether it is DC 250, which is the spin we're putting on it, so that we're owning the America's 250th celebration throughout this year, to NFL Draft next year, to Capital One Arena being, all of those projects mean greater opportunity to bring visitors into Washington, D.C.
Whenever you have a contract and you're a sub on government contracts, what you need to be doing is seeing how can you get on the private side of that contract and not just stay a government sub. That's how you can grow your business. That's how you have access to capital.
We are not attached to the district, but we utilize every process the district has in terms of procurement. So one of the things that I encourage every one of you guys to do is, to go to our website, eventsdc.com, and under procurement, and register yourself as a small businesses.
The SBA helps small businesses get loans, but the SBA does not give loans. And that's a very important distinction.
We have monthly workshops called the General Vendor Workshops that are available for any business that wants to do business with the District of Columbia. So if you are a business in the district and not yet certified, I would recommend that you get certified by the Department of Small and Local Business Development.
The number one reason why a lot of businesses don't make it is because they don't have sufficient reserves. They didn't think about, hey, I need to have the rent set aside for the first year, not just the rent, but the operating expenses too. So these are things that, I hate to be the breaker of bad news, but sometimes this is information that a lot of new business owners don't know.
A plan, a beautifully laid out plan, and then you get hit in the face. And as entrepreneurs, we get hit in the face all the time. And yet we show up. We look good, we show up, we do the thing, and that's part of life as an entrepreneur.
want to have focus groups or beta testers or a runway of time where you're just collecting data from people, asking the right questions about your product so that then you can launch with confidence and get customers with you.
You have some unique skills and competencies and et cetera, and you may think that everyone needs what you have, and et cetera. But the reality of it is you have to take some time to listen and understand what it is that your clients actually need.
You have to build in optionality for your operations upfront. So fractional resources, consultants should be a part of your business model. It's something that you should partner with organizations in advance, and there's plenty of different structures for this.
The rule of thumb is that at least 25% of every dollar should go to marketing. So if you make $1, 25 cents should go into your budget or your budget for marketing. And marketing could be multiple different things. It could be funding you actually going out to events and networking. It could be, hiring someone who's managing your social media. It can be all these other things. But the reality is that you want to make sure that you're putting that money away.
As women, we already have been facing these challenges since we've been little girls, right? Of how to be able to micromanage, how to be able to see things, how to apply critical thinking when our counterparts aren't. And a lot of times that we're underestimated in the workplace.
Business advisors can be invaluable. Take advantage of them.
You had to choose between being a mom and a wife or being a business owner, and I don't have to choose. I can be multifaceted, I can be all of the things, and I can be good at all of the things, right? I'm still a present mother, and I still am a HBIC, I like to call myself. So you can do it all, and don't let anybody make you feel like you cannot.
This is the thing about fintech, right? Like, unless you're developing Bitcoin or Ethereum, the core protocol or AI, everything's like an API integration, right? Or some type of integration like a website.
As a business, you need to only focus on growing your business. All you need to know is how you get paid and how you pay your employees or your providers worldwide, right? You want to pay someone in India or China, you don't want to worry about, do they accept credit card, what's mobile money, what's M-Pesa. So what we do is we built a technology that abstracts all of that.
There's opportunities there for nonprofits, for faith-based organizations, do direct services on behalf of the district through both, like I said, contracting opportunities and grant opportunities that help you look at the health of your organization for resources.
So when you start looking at grant opportunities, what we do with our platform is we do everything from create a grant from scratch all the way to you have a piece of technology that nobody has that differentiates you. So when that grantor looks at it, they know that you're doing a unique thing.
Lobbied very much against DC HealthLink initially. And I think he was there with me because it was something very new and we didn't know what the broker role would be, and they've actually worked very well with us as partners. We've had complaints or suggestions, they've been there. And
there's some inputs that you will add. This table here at the top is information about the employer's benefit package. The quarter, based on the start date of the plan, you can select just 1, 2, 3, or 4 based on their plan start date.
As brokers, we see things very differently from the people who design the plans.
That's why we're here.
And that's why we're here. And with most of the testimony, I try to act as a business owner myself, which we are because it's a business.
Power up! Yes! Back down. Power up! Yes, back down. One more time. Power up! Actually, let's do another one for the good. Power up! Yes!
So on behalf of Mayor Muriel Bowser, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the PowerUp DC Executive Luncheon.
How many of you here today met someone that you're going to try and connect with after you leave here today? Oh, beautiful. So that's what we're here to support business and growth here in DC. And so I want to thank each of you for taking the time to make this moment special and learn and grow with us.
Real stories, real struggles, real success.
there were some people that were so frustrated, they took their frustrations out on our community. We call that the riots. All the businesses were burned out and messed up and didn't open again. We were the only restaurant, the only place that was asked to remain open during 3 nights of curfew. That was a very scary time for us.
Someone made a decision that changed the trajectory of my life, and he or she made it in a room where I was not even in. It was something that I realized belatedly that had plagued me all my life, all my career. And that was a desire that never let me go. And it was a desire to be able to live life on my terms.
I was taking this medication. You can't drink, you can't do anything. You have to be on a strict diet. So what I did was, while I'm at home, I said, okay, no alcohol, no beer, no partying, but I'm also going to start cooking my own meals. I took meat out my diet and dairy, so I became a full vegan. Veganism isn't fun. Like, it's so-called not tasty and this and that, but I can tell you this much. It's some of the most flavorful food you'll ever have. And that's how I really dove into the culinary arts.
Thank you all for coming. We enjoyed having you here. We see you again next year for 2027. Okay?
Business don't want you coming here, because if you come to something like this, a service that they can sell you, you don't realize your tax-paying dollars will pay for it for you.
One of the best advices they give us is trust the referrals, ask for referrals and don't be shy about it. Also, do networking, and don't be shy about it. So I think that those, among other things that we learned today, was just amazing.
I think that there's a wealth of information. There seems to be a lot of traffic through this event from all over. I've met people from all over here. So I think it's a very positive step in the right direction.
You know, when you're operating by yourself, you don't know what you don't know. And so they gave some really tactical tips on how to kind of operate your finances. So that was really helpful, and I'm going to implement that as soon as I leave.
Shout out to DC HealthLink, because you are the bomb. Thank you for bringing all of the good people out here. You can't see them right now, but I learned so much, and I was able to get access to people that weren't answering my emails. So I got them face to face. Thank you for putting everybody in the room that I needed to talk to.